Welcome back to Spain But Smarter. I'm Emma, and if you've been following the series, we've covered everything from moving to Spain, buying property, and avoiding legal mistakes. Today we're going to be answering one of the biggest questions you will hear from buyers. Can you actually make money investing in property in Spain? You see countless YouTube videos promising huge returns. Social media is full of people claiming they've doubled their money. Others will tell you the market is too expensive and you've missed your chance. So what's the truth? In this episode, we're separating fact from fiction and looking at how people really make money from Spanish property and what you should know before investing. So let's dive in. Is Spain still a good place to invest? Well, the short answer is yes. But not every property is a good investment. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that because Spain is popular, every property will increase in value. That's simply not true. Successful investors don't buy any property, they buy the right property. Location, quality, demand, and long-term appeal all matter. How investors make money? Well, there are generally three ways people make money from property in Spain. The first is capital growth. This means your property increases in value over time. If you buy well in an area with strong demand, your property may be worth significantly more in 5 or 10 years. Of course, property values can rise and fall, so this should always be viewed as a long-term strategy. The second is rental income. Some owners generate income by renting their property either on a long-term basis or, where permitted and appropriate, through short-term holiday rentals. Before relying on rental income, it is important to understand the local rules, licensing requirements, taxes, and ongoing maintenance costs. These can vary depending on where the property is located. The third is a combination of both. Many buyers enjoy using their property themselves for part of the year while renting it out when they're not there. And for some people, that's the perfect balance. So what makes a good investment? What separates an average investment from a great one? Well, the first and the more important one is location. Properties close to beaches, international schools, transport links, golf courses, or popular towns tend to attract consistent demand. On the Costa del Sol, buyers often focus on established locations with strong year-round appeal. The second is quality. A well-designed property in excellent condition is usually easier to sell and easier to rent than one needing extensive work. People are willing to pay for convenience. Third, scarcity. Properties with sea views, walking distance to the beach, large terraces, prime golf locations. These features are limited, and when something is limited, demand often remains stronger. What about off-plan properties? Many investors ask whether off-plan is a good strategy. Buying early in a development can sometimes offer attractive pricing compared with completed homes. As construction progresses, values may increase, but this isn't guaranteed. As with any investment, there are risks as well as potential rewards. Research the developer, the location, and the long-term demand before making a decision. So, what are some mistakes that investors make? Well, let's look at some of the biggest mistakes. Number 1, buying purely because it's cheap. Cheap doesn't automatically mean good value. Sometimes there's a reason a property is inexpensive. Number 2, ignoring running costs, community fees, insurance, maintenance, taxes, repairs. These all affect your return. Number 3, thinking emotionally instead of financially. A property you personally love isn't always the strongest investment. Sometimes the homes with the best returns aren't the ones you choose to live in yourself. Number 4 is expecting to get rich quickly. Property is generally a long-term investment. The most successful investors think in years, not months. So, is property better than other investments? There is no single answer. Property isn't right for everyone, but many people like investing in real estate because it's a tangible asset. You can enjoy it, use it, rent it, and potentially benefit from long-term growth. The key is making sure it fits your financial goals and your appetite for risk. My advice is, if you're buying mainly as an investment, don't start with the property, start with your strategy. Ask yourself, what is my goal? Am I looking for income, long-term appreciation, a holiday home that also generates income, a future retirement property? Once you're clear on your objective, choosing the right property becomes much easier. So, what are my final thoughts for this episode? Can you make money investing in property in Spain? Absolutely, and many people do. But success isn't about luck. It's about buying wisely, understanding the costs, taking professional advice, and thinking long term. If you approach it with the right expectations, Spanish property can be both an enjoyable lifestyle purchase and a rewarding investment. Thanks for listening to another episode of Spain But Smarter. If you've enjoyed today's episode, I'd really appreciate if you could follow the podcast and leave a review. It helps more people discover the show. And if you're looking for guidance on buying property on the Costa del Sol, you'll find links to more resources below. In the next episode, we'll answer another question many people overlook. Should you get a mortgage in Spain or pay in cash? We'll compare financing options, discuss the pros and cons of each approach, and help you decide what's right for your situation. So until next time, real talk, smart moves, better life.